Hey guys, I'm finally back to do another character review. Sorry that it's been nearly 2 weeks since my friend and I have done reviews of characters. Um, yeah, we've both been pretty busy with work and school. Like my friend mentioned in his video that he did day before yesterday, we're here. We're going to be doing reviews of Pitch Black from Rise of the Guardians, and Joy from Inside Out. Um, he did his Pitch video day before yesterday, and I'm here today to do my Joy video. So, spoiler alerts to all of you guys who haven't seen Inside Out. There's going to be, well, a lot of spoilers in this video. Yeah, I know it's a new movie that's still, if not in the regular theater, then definitely still in the dollar theaters. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie and don't want any spoilers, then definitely don't watch this video right now. um, eh, um, I absolutely adore the movie Inside Out. It's actually threatening to take the place of the DuckTales movie as my favorite movie. That's how much I love it. So I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to do an Inside Out review video. That's how much. That's how much I'm into it. But I've noticed that that of all the Inside Out characters, the main protagonist herself, Joy, gets more hate than any other character, which I was pretty surprised about. And the list of complaints about her are: she's mean to Sadness, she's a stuck-up snob, she tries to keep Riley to herself and doesn't let her have any real emotions, she's bossy, she's way too cheerful, she's boring, she has no depth to her and no personality outside of being happy, she's annoying, she's stupid, she abandoned Sadness to get back to headquarters, she's unoriginal, her development was done poorly, she forces her views on others without considering anybody else's views. Some of these I guess I can kind of get to an extent, but others I think, a lot of them I think are pretty nitpicky, and people just kind of looking for a reason to hate a character that isn't really their cup of tea. Anyway, starting with, she's mean to Sadness. The only time I'd say that she was arguably rude or mean to Sadness was that time when she tells her to stay in the circle of sadness that she's drawn for her. Yeah, that was kind of uncalled for. But you have to take with Joy, and really with all of Riley's emotions, you have to take into consideration the fact that they're the emotions of a child, of an immature child, therefore they're pretty immature themselves. And so they really have the maturity of a child themselves. And so while Sadness does want to protect Riley, I'm sorry, while Joy does want to protect Riley, from sadness because she feels like she's a danger to her. She also is very immature and has no idea what to do with her. So you're going to expect that she expresses a lot of this in an immature way like a child would. That's how I've always viewed it. I mean, yeah, there probably was a better way to express her desire to protect Riley from becoming sad than telling Sadness to go stand in the circle of sadness. But she has the maturity of a child and doesn't really know a better way to do it, is how I've always viewed it. So, for those of you who think that, that she was just trying to be mean and, trying to look for a way to offend Sadness and, make fun of her because she was useless and that kind of stuff. That's never what I got out of it. You really have to take into consideration the fact that she's pretty much got the mindset of a child. Anyway, moving on. She's a stuck-up snob. Really? I never really saw her behaving in a stuck-up way towards anyone. I mean, yeah, there were a few times when, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I suppose that there were a few times when she was arguably a little bit snooty towards Sadness. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of these overlap. Like the time I just mentioned where she tells her to stand in the circle of sadness, or when they're trying to wake up Riley and she thinks that her idea is better than Sadness's idea and that kind of stuff. I suppose that she was arguably a bit stuck up in during those times, but when I think of a stuck-up snob, even though I do like her character a lot, I think of somebody like Miss Piggy, who definitely has a very holier-than-thou attitude, towards all of her friends and that kind of stuff, and behaves like a real spoiled brat a lot of times. Even though I do like Miss Piggy a lot and think that she's a really funny character, she's actually my second favorite heroine after Minnie and Webby, who tie for my first. But to me, she's much more of a stuck-up snob than Joy ever was. Yeah, Joy may have a few minor moments where she behaves in a semi-stuck-up way, but, But to me, that sounds more like you've got, more of a problem with, characters that, aren't Mary Sue's in general. I mean, heck, even Cinderella has had arguably a stuck-up moment where she says, well, maybe we should interrupt the music lesson. And, even Snow White has been accused of being, uh, stuck up towards the dwarfs. Um, where she teases them for not washing their hands and that kind of stuff. So, I don't really get this one. She tries to keep Riley for herself, to herself, and doesn't let her have any real emotions. Well, she is Riley's head emotion. The leader of Riley's emotions. I mean, if you look at, if you look at pretty much at anybody's emotions who are shown in that movie, they all have, a leader of their emotions. Like, with Riley's mother, it was sadness. With Riley's father, it was anger. And with Riley herself, it was joy. And again, Joy is a very immature, childlike character who, doesn't really know much about, operating her human being, for lack of a better term. So I don't really think it was so much her trying to hog Riley to herself and, preventing her from having, real emotions. I think, again, she was trying to protect her and felt that keeping her happy all the time was the safest and the best thing to do. Because, I mean, when you think about when you think about the rest of the emotions that are there, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, all of those are pretty unpleasant emotions. It's not that they aren't necessary for the human brain and not essential, but they're unpleasant. So, as a child and as an immature person, you would definitely think that that wanting to experience joy all the time would be the best thing. You know, that wanting to be happy and wanting... It wouldn't be uncommon for a child and for an immature person to think that that experiencing joy all the time rather than unpleasant emotions was, what was really a good way to live. So, I don't think it was so much Riley wanting to hog, or Joy, I'm sorry, I'm not on top of my game today. I don't think it was so much Joy wanting to hog Riley to herself and trying to keep her from experiencing any real emotions. I think it was... I think it was her trying to protect her and feeling like keeping her happy all the time was the safest thing to do. She's bossy. Like I just mentioned, she is Riley's head emotion. And yeah, she does have, some bossy moments. Like, sorry, I'm having to stop and drink a lot. Drink my water a lot. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Like I just mentioned, she is Riley's head emotion, so she does give the commands. She does have some definite bossy moments, like, when Riley is, going to school and telling fear, anger, and disgust what to do. I guess that would be arguably bossy, but to me that was more her being the head emotion and just giving the other emotions commands. The ones that I'd say are definitely bossy ones were um um as I mentioned before, ordering Sadness to stay in the circle of sadness, ordering Sadness and Bing Bong as far what to do as far as waking Riley up from sleeping uh, during the dream from sleeping. Excuse me. Um, and that kind of stuff, and it's been a little while since I've seen the movie, so I don't remember some of the exact moments. But yeah, those are the ones where I remember her being kind of bossy. Also, uh, telling Sadness that she needs to go through the that whatever that portal was called, even though it said danger and keep out, don't enter. Sorry, it's been over a month since I've seen the movie in theaters. I saw it for the last time on the 4th of July. So I don't remember some of the exact names of things. But the point is that even though she does have her bossy moments, she develops and learns that she was in the wrong. She's way too cheerful. This one I do get to an extent. I mean, yeah, even though, like there is that thing where even though, Bing Bong lost his wagon, um, she's still, uh, trying to be, cheerful and happy, um, and that sort of thing. So, and, yeah, there are characters that are definitely too cheerful for me. She doesn't bother me that much because she does learn in the end, that, uh, being cheerful all the time isn't the way to go. Um, yeah, there are characters that are definitely way too cheerful for me. Um, you know me. I'm definitely more of a grumpy character person. Um, I mean, like, oh, like, Dopey from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Um, he's not a bad character, but he's not my cup of tea because he's a little too crazy and cheerful for my taste. Um, it's not that I think that he's a bad character or a poorly done character or anything. I just he's just not my cup of tea. I prefer, well, like, Grumpy, for lack of a better example. So, I guess it depends on how much cheerfulness you can handle. She's boring. I've gone over this several times. Boring is very subjective and very much in the eye of the beholder, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I mean, there are characters that I find boring that other people find interesting. And characters that I find interesting that other people find boring. Not every character is going to appeal to every person. I mean, I find the characters Aurora and Philip from Sleeping Beauty to be pretty boring and pretty one-dimensional, but they've definitely got their fans. But they've definitely got their fans, and so it's all in your personal taste. If she's too boring for you, then she's probably not your cup of tea. She has no depth to her, and has no personality outside of being happy. This I definitely disagree with. I mean, she's definitely shown as having some depth to her character, and developing through the movie. I mean, yeah, she's definitely not the most complex character. She's definitely not the most complex character ever written. But, like I just mentioned, like I mentioned before, she does have, she does have some layers to her. Like, wanting to protect Riley, but being immature and not really knowing how to do it. And fearing that she won't be able to. And feeling like that. Feeling like being happy is. Keeping Riley happy all the time is the best way to protect her. And, developing and realizing that, that she was mistaken, and that Riley needs to be sad sometimes. So, while she's definitely not the most complex character ever, she's definitely got some depth to her. She's a good three-dimensional character, and, she's definitely got more to her than just being a, one-dimensional, character that's got nothing to her personality than being cheerful and happy. I mean, for me, when I think of one-dimensional characters, I think of characters like I just mentioned, Aurora and Philip, and no offense to their fans, but to me, they're pretty one-dimensional. If you like them, I've got nothing against them. But yeah, to me, Aurora is pretty much just the standard, nice fairy tale princess, who's kind and wants a prince and wants to find her true love. And Philip is the standard heroic fairy tale prince who wants to find his true love. She's annoying. Like boring, annoying is very subjective and very much in the eye of the beholder, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I mean, I find, the kids in Jessie to be, as annoying as all get out. Being, rich, spoiled brats that, do nothing but complain about not having enough money, to go to the concert and to and to buy the $16,000 shoes that they wanted, but I know that they all also have their fans, since the show lasted for, I think, 4 seasons, and since they're doing a spin-off. And since they've also got a huge fan club online. No offense to their fans, I've got nothing against them, but to me, they're some of the worst characters in existence. Anyway, she's stupid. Excuse me. More immature and ignorant, in my opinion. Yeah, she does make some arguably stupid decisions, like not listening to Sadness, and, going into, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it again, the place that says, don't enter danger, and, not reading the manuals and that kind of stuff. Yeah, she does make some arguably stupid decisions, but she's more immature and ignorant, in my opinion. Stupid is one of those complaints that gets thrown around a lot. And, as my friend and I have mentioned before, we've had, only a couple of characters, Anastasia Tremaine, Launchpad McQuack, Goofy, and, Hugo from, from the, Gargoyles, so 3 1/3 characters, where they arguably where it was arguably actually a valid complaint. So, nice try, but come up with a better reason than for disliking a character than just throwing the word stupid at them, because practically every hero or heroine, has made some arguably stupid decision at some point. she abandoned Sadness to get back to headquarters. I don't really know if I'd call her, if I'd say that she abandoned her. Again, she was trying her best to protect Riley, and they couldn't, and she thought that Riley being sad was she thought that Riley being sad was harmful to her, and they couldn't go through the chute together without Sadness touching the core memories. So basically what she was going to try to do was go up there first and then let Sadness go. She wasn't just going to leave Sadness down there by herself to suffer. Unfortunately, it broke. Unfortunately, the chute broke while she was in there. So I suppose I get this complaint. I suppose I do get this complaint to a small extent, but again, she was trying to protect Riley and didn't really see any way to get the core memories back without Sadness touching them and harming them as she thought that she would, and without the core memories, Riley was falling apart. So what did you expect her to do? I mean, if you were in a situation where you had to get something vital to someone, or they would die, and somebody was with you, and them touching it, and them touching the thing that you were carrying to the person who who might possibly die if you wouldn't get there in if you wouldn't get there soon. Sorry. If you had to get something to someone, and if you didn't get there in time, the person would basically fall apart and possibly lose all their memories and possibly even run away from home and get killed or something. And there was a person with you, and the person who was traveling with you touching the items that you were carrying could damage the items. What would you do? And the only way to get to the person you were trying to help involved the person you were traveling with touching the items. What would you do? Yeah, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. So yeah, she was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and there was really no good answer. And I think that she figured that since Sadness had read the manual and everything, she knew better how to get back to headquarters and was safer than Riley was if she didn't get the memories up to her. She's unoriginal. Yeah, while she may not be the most original heroine ever, she's not the most. While she may not be the most original heroine ever, she's not the most unoriginal either. Um, she definitely has some unique things about her, like the fact that um, like the fact that she learns um, like the fact that she learns that it's okay to be sad rather than the other way around, the other way around, learning to be happy. Um, um, so her personality may not be the most original, but it's not the most unoriginal either. Um, when I think of heroines that are very, very, very unoriginal, I think of characters like Anna from Frozen and, no offense to my friend, but Rapunzel from Tangled. And, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I find those two characters to be kind of boring. Uh, I don't have anything against them, but to me, neither of them really had anything new to offer. But uh, to me, Joy definitely had some new things to offer, um, like teaching children that sadness has a place, and that there's actually a place for sadness, and and that sort of thing. And she's also definitely a much better female Pixar protagonist than Merida was. Because she shows that a girl can take care of herself and not play, and a girl can take care of herself and not play the damsel in distress all the time without shoving it in your face. Her development was done poorly. Not really. It may not be the best character development ever, but it definitely wasn't done poorly. It doesn't just, bam, come out of nowhere. I mean, it shows her not knowing what sadness's purpose is. Then so, after they are after they get sucked out of headquarters, she starts to appreciate sadness a little bit because she read the manuals, and she's always looking on the bright side of things, and no matter how bad the circumstances are, then um, when the after they meet Bing Bong and his um and his and he loses his wagon, they um she tries to cheer him up to be happy, by being happy, and sadness helps comfort him, and she wonders how she did that, and slowly starts to realize that being happy all the time isn't the way to go, and uh, then when they're trying to wake Riley up during the dream, she realizes after a happy dream doesn't work that fear is the way to do it, and then finally when they fall into that ditch of forgotten memories, she sees. She comes to the conclusion that she realizes how sadness has a place. So no, it didn't just happen out of nowhere. It was done really well, in my opinion. When I think of characters that have really bad character development, I think of ones like Dimitri from Anastasia, and Naveen from Princess and the Frog, Flynn from Tangled, Sinbad from Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas. And finally, she forces her views on others without considering anybody else's views. Yeah, she did do that a couple of times. Like, when she was trying to wake Riley up in a dream and wanted it to be a happy dream, but sadness kept suggesting it being a scary dream, and but no, it was going to be a happy dream, and when they were, again, sorry, I can't remember the name of it, going through the portal that said, danger, keep out, and sadness kept saying it wouldn't be a good idea, but no, she wanted to do it. So yeah, she does a few times, but the point is, she develops and learns that she was wrong to do it. So, so it doesn't really bother me that much. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about the complaints. Even though Joy isn't one of my favorite of the emotions, I still think that she's a very well done character and a great heroine, much better than Merida, who who has actually become one of my least favorite heroines and my least favorite Disney princess. I think that Joy is a much better role model for little girls, and a great heroine, because she does develop and learn from her mistakes, and she does show little girls that they can take care of themselves without needing a guy, and not play the damsel in distress, but it's not shoved in your face like with Brave. I'm not quite sure who my favorite character from Inside Out is. I love all of them so much. You know me and grumpy characters. I love anger a lot, and I love sadness, but I also love Bing Bong a lot. I'm not quite sure who my favorite character is. Of the emotions, of the emotions, I'd say that, anger and sadness tie for my favorite. Disgust is my second favorite, and then fear and joy tie for my third favorite. Sorry for going on and on. I just love that movie, and like I said, it's even threatening to take the place of the DuckTales movie as my favorite movie. I'll have to wait and till it comes out on DVD and watch them both back to back before I decide for sure. But that's about all I have to say. Bye and see you next time. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention my friend's video will be in the description box below. Please, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, bye and see you next time.